Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's Pull Chapter 21. This one is titled Taking on the Hot Asshole Teacher. Midoriya was hiding behind a large rock when a bird suddenly alighted on his shoulder and dropped a piece of paper in front of him, making the greenette jump with surprise. "Oh, hi, birdie," he greeted softly. "What's on the paper?" The bird quickly flew away, and Midoriya picked up the paper, opening it to read what was inside. "Midoriya," Todoroki's stoic voice called to the greenette as he pushed through the low-lying shrubbery and came into view. "You got the letter?" Midoriya looked up at his dual-haired classmate and nodded. "Yes, I have a letter here. Are you looking for her also?" he asked. Todoroki nodded. "Shall we look together?" "That might be a good idea," Midoriya replied with a smile, turning and falling in step with his classmate as they walked deeper into the surrounding bushland. Aizawa calmly walked through the quiet forest, keeping an eye and ear out for any of his students as he made his way over to your team's flag. "They were supposed to learn to multitask," he thought with a disgruntled scowl on his face as he plucked the flag from the ground and slung it over his shoulder. But they completely abandoned their post. In all technicalities, they failed. I really should announce that after they find Yin. He turned and headed back to his team's flag, holding your flag over his shoulder as he disappeared into the forest. Yaoyorozu ran through the bush, keeping quiet as she did so, just in case there were any villains about, and just so happened to stumble across the cabin in the middle of nowhere. Feeling like she should check inside, she did, and used her quirk to make a scope so that she could peep through the window without being seen. She gasped softly when she saw you tied up inside, then looked around for anyone else. All seemed quiet, and you looked bored. Making the staff for an attack weapon again, she crept to the door and turned the knob. It opened. "Miss Lin?" she asked as she pushed the door wide open and stepped inside warily. "Are you okay?" "Oh, well done finding me," he said with a pleasant smile. "I was unaware of this additional kidnapping exercise, but you pass." "Who did this to you?" she asked as she walked over and looked behind you to your ties. "Oh, Aizawa did." "Yes, unfortunately. I'm sorry for worrying you all. He took me without warning." "We're all looking for you," Yaoyorozu said gently as she untied you. "Is anyone guarding the flag?" you asked her as she freed your arms. I'm not sure. I don't think so," Yaoyorozu replied with a worried expression on her face. "If I know Aizawa, he's probably taken the flag as some kind of learning exercise. Stay with me and let's go get that flag back," you said to her. Her eyes gleamed with mischief as she nodded excitedly. "I'm ready to be your partner in crime, Miss Lin." You gave her a cheeky smile and then held your hand up to high-five her. "If we meet anyone else, we'll recruit them too," you said, leading the way to the door. You and Yaoyorozu left side by side and headed out of the bush, ready to make your revenge. "Stop!" Midoriya called when he saw someone ahead, hiding behind a fern that they had plucked from a bush. "Who are you?" "Oh, it's just me, Midoriya," Kirishima called, pulling the fern down. "I'm trying to be stealthy." "Oh," Midoriya said, relaxing a little. "I'm guessing you haven't found Miss Lin then yet?" "No, not yet. Have you?" Kirishima asked. "If we had found her, we'd have her with us," Todoroki stated, stepping around from behind Midoriya. "Oh, true," Kiri replied with a sheepish chuckle. "In any case, we should keep looking," Midoriya said, starting forward again. Just then you and Yaoyorozu stepped out of the bush and everyone just halted and stared at each other. "Oh, Miss Lin, are you okay? We heard you had gone missing, but it looks like Yaoyorozu has found you," Midoriya said with a happy smile. "Yes, unfortunately, I was taken and tied, but I'm fine now," you said, the unamused tone in your voice making Midoriya's sweat drop a little. "We are now on our way to get your flag, Todoroki and Kirishima," Yaoyorozu said. "We have reason to believe that Aizawa has taken our flag and has it with him back at yours." "Why would Aizawa have taken the flag when there's an emergency happening?" Midoriya asked with confusion. "My thoughts exactly, Midoriya, but unfortunately I am supposed to be on the teacher's side, and this teacher is being an asshole. A hot asshole, but I'm going to just have to go along with it," you thought. Then you opened your mouth to speak. "I'm sure Aizawa has a reason for taking the flag," you said stiffly, "but for now our objective is to get it back." "Pardon, Miss Lin, but if Aizawa has taken your flag back to base, then our flag will be with him as well. And if you are going to try and take our flag at the same time that you recover yours, then I am sorry, but I cannot allow that." Todoroki said, ice vapours rising from his right side as he lowered his head a little, a threatening aura surrounding him. I believe we need to make a truce then, you stated calmly. We are not taking any flag except for our own, but we will need your help in doing so. So in return for your assistance, we promise not to touch your flag. We need to shake hands. That's the manly thing to do, Kirishima added as he walked over and extended his hand. I'm in, he added. I'm in as well, Midoriya said, but I don't need to shake because I'm on the same team. I too will be part of this, Todoroki added, deactivating his quirk and extending his right hand. Yu and Yaoyorozu shook both opponents' hands and then turned as a group and started heading back towards Aizawa's base. Do we have a plan? Midoriya asked Yu as you all walked along. I have a plan, Todoroki said in his usual monotone voice. We will need to make sure that Aizawa cannot see us, because if he can see us, then he can erase our quirks. I can make blankets like I did for us during the test that we did together, Todoroki, Yaoyorozu said back to him. That would do nicely, Todoroki said. Thank you, Momo. You're welcome, she said excitedly, a happy smile on her face. We would need to take the flag from a distance, if we could, Midoriya commented, furrowing his brow and thinking hard. Wait, Miss Lin, your quirk! Yes, you said with a smile at him. It would be my pleasure to use my quirk to recover the flag. Then your brain added some more, but internally. And can I also pants Aizawa for being a dick? I hope everyone knows what pantsing is. You know, like when, well, guys usually do this. They grab the pants of someone, just yank them down to show the boxes. In Australia, we call it dacking someone. So pants, dacking, there's probably a whole heap of other words that you can use to describe it. But yes, Yin wants to pants Aizawa for being an ass. Anyway, stay tuned for chapter 22 coming tomorrow.